Hello, thank you very much for joining us. Cleo is 8 weeks old. I think one of the main things that you'll notice is that her face has really kind of filled out. There she is, she's quite a chubby little monkey. So she was born 8 pounds and at 3 weeks she weighed 9 pounds 14, and then last week we weighed her, so she was 8 weeks and she's 11 pounds 6. So she has been steadily putting on weight and she's in the 75th percentile. When she was born she had like quite a lot of hair. It was really nice, and I kind of guessed that she was going to have hair because during my pregnancy I had a lot of like acid reflux. And I think during week 3 I began to notice that her hair was falling out, just literally here on this side and on this side. So it has slowly been growing back since then for the last 5 weeks. And she's also going a little bit bald at the back of her head, and that's just because she's in her cot at night and she's doing this, she's moving her head a lot. So yes, the hair is slowly coming back. You'll also see, hopefully, that her eyes are still a kind of grey blue, which is kind of crazy just because I have really dark brown eyes. Mel has green eyes with flecks of gold, so I'm really not sure where these kind of grey blue eyes have come from. They are beautiful, they are lovely, and they are very welcome to stay. She's also been suffering with baby rash, which is really common. I think it's called like milk rash. Where her face is, especially on the cheeks, it's really sore and dry and red, and the health visitor said to us, don't put anything on it, leave it and it will go. So we did, and then Mel just said to me, look Sam, it's like she's 6 weeks old and her skin looks so angry still. And one of my friends said to put some coconut oil on it, and we've been using it on her feet and her hands because they have been dry as well. And literally within like a week of doing that, her skin completely cleared up, and you can see now it's really nice, it's really clear, and it's not angry at all. Are you all right? Is this better? You're curious about that camera, aren't you? Come on, come on. Oh, well done, well done. In terms of who she looks like, I dropped into the hospital the other day and popped into the diabetes clinic just to say hello to the nurses who had looked after me while I had gestational diabetes. And one of the nurses said, oh, your baby's so cute, she's so lovely, but she definitely skipped the Asian gene. And a lot of people have said, you know, she looks like Mel, which is lovely, and I guess that's nature's way and evolution of keeping, you know, the man still close to the woman and the baby, I guess, if she looks like him. She definitely has my nose. It's quite small and like a little button nose, and she's got my lips. I think the top half of the eyes, her colouring and her hair are definitely Mel's, so a really nice kind of combination and blend of both of us. In terms of feeding, she's doing really well with the breastfeeding, and my breasts are doing a lot better. The mastitis has cleared, and I think when my milk first came in I just had so much of it that she couldn't keep up with draining the breasts, but she's kind of regulated them now, and in a way I need her to empty my breasts and she needs me to nourish her, so it's a really beautiful kind of partnership in that way. She pretty much feeds every 3 hours. When she cluster feeds, it can be every hour and a half, and that can be super tiring if it's at night and even during the day actually, because you can't really get much done. I was expressing a bottle for her in the evenings, which Mel was giving to her during the first couple of weeks when she was first born, because I didn't want to leave it till 7 weeks until I introduced a bottle. And I know they say you shouldn't do that because it can cause nipple confusion, but I think babies are quite smart. Having said that, around 4 weeks we kind of stopped. I just think I was tired and just didn't have the energy to express, so I hadn't done it for a few weeks, and now we tried to give her a bottle last week and she screamed her head off. So I'm on the hunt for a better bottle. We have been using the Tommy Tippy Closer to Nature, and one of the health visitors that I saw last week actually said to try the Mimby bottle, so I've ordered one of those, and apparently the teat is a bit more breast-like. It's kind of sloped and tapered at the ends. The reason why we were doing that all in the first place was just to give me a bit of a break in the evenings to go and have a shower and relax a little bit, and also for Mel to spend some time bonding with her. And I think feeding and nourishing your daughter is definitely an experience where it helps you to bond, and you just feel really satisfied, you know, when you feed her, you're just like, ah. Oh. When she was first born, she was definitely emptying her bowels very frequently, and I think since about week 4 she basically does a poo once or twice a day, but it's quite a lot. Like, we do end up with a lot of poonamis. She often needs her clothes changed because the poo kind of escapes up her front or down up her back, so yeah, it's quite funny. But yes, Sorry, I know I shouldn't really be talking about your poos, how embarrassing. She does have talipes, which is where her feet point inwards a little bit, and she's had that from birth, where she was cramped up in my womb and there wasn't enough space. So we've been doing some exercises just to kind of encourage the feet to turn up and outwards. And at her 7 or 8 week review last week, they said just to continue with that. She doesn't need any physio just yet. She pretty much sleeps for 3 hours and then kind of stirs and wants a feed. I burp her, change her nappy, feed her again, and then she goes back to sleep. On a normal average night, she'll wake up twice in the night, and then when she wakes up in the morning, that's like we're up then. For me, it's not that I'm not getting sleep, it's more kind of interrupted sleep. And then when I am up feeding her, then, you know, I'm up for 40 minutes to an hour feeding her, changing her nappy, burping her, and then feeding her again. But I would say that's pretty good going, and I thought it would be a lot tougher. Certainly when she's going through a growth spurt, then she's up every hour, hour and a half, and that is very exhausting. But I'm managing to survive on the sleep that I'm getting so far. I think up till about 4 weeks old, she was sleeping in the Moses basket. And Mel said, oh, just try her in her cot, because literally we have the Moses basket and the cot right next to our bed. And she went into the cot and she was fine with that. Hello, sweetie. 3 AM in the morning. Do you like the camera? Yeah. My darling, I love you so much. I love you. So she really likes going to sleep in the car seat, and when we take the buggy out and we go for a walk, I think the fresh air is really, really nice and soothing for her, and she always nods off. In terms of communication, she started babbling in the last couple of weeks, and it is so cute because she's finding her voice. Every morning I'm like, good morning, and every time I change a nappy I'm like, hello. So I'm really trying to create a two-way dialogue, and she does respond. And the other day actually, I was just filming her randomly, and I have taken so many videos and photographs of her, and I was just chatting to her, and I swear she said, Matthew. It sounded like that. I'll pop the clip in now. Hello. You chatty? Yeah. That sounded like Matthew. And basically, Mel, his actual name, his birth name is Matthew, and I just thought that was so cool that she kind of said that. I know it probably wasn't, but such a cute moment. Some of our friends who have children of their own have said, you know, she's very laid back and she seems very easygoing. This book, Your Baby Week by Week, which my friend Natalie gave me, thank you Natalie, this has been an absolute lifesaver. You can basically read about your baby's physical progress and what to expect week by week, so it's fantastic. Mel has only just gone back to work, and he took 2 weeks of paternity leave, and he had quite a lot of annual leave left over from the previous year, which was carried forward, and he staggered his return to work. So because of that, we have been going out a lot. We went to the seaside the other day, we've been out to local parks and to the high street and going out for lunches. So it's been really good just to get out and enjoy our time as a family. In terms of how I'm doing 8 weeks post-labour, I feel really, really happy. I'm on cloud 9, I'm buzzing actually, even though I am really tired. You obviously have been following our journey. You know that Cleo has been very much a wanted baby, so I feel extremely grateful and extremely blessed that, you know, she's finally in my arms. So in terms of my physical recovery, I am still experiencing a little bit of stinging and soreness when I first go for a pee. I have had a urine test at the doctor's and I don't have an infection or anything like that, so I think that's just a little bit of soreness of when I had 2 catheters. And my lochia, which is the post-labour bleeding, pretty much stopped after week 4. So I would definitely say the first 2 weeks post-labour are really kind of hard. You feel like you've been hit by a bus, you feel like your insides are going to fall out, and you know, going for a number 2 was just, I was just dreading it every day. And actually what I was taking was lactulose, which is a laxative, twice a day. I think it was like 30 mils, and it just helps to soften the stools because you are constipated post-labour. So let me show you what she looks like size-wise. So she is still really diddy. She's got very lovely chunky thighs, and here she is. Here she is. Oh, you're a bit tired. Oh. Yeah, that's 8-week update. Thank you so much for your love and support. Just quickly wanted to say that my Instagram handle has changed, and if you were following me before, please come and follow my new page, which is Hello Sam Loves. From both of us, here we go. Oh look, Claire's put a hand up, she's saying goodbye. Bye guys, lots of love.